We all make choices. But in the end, our choices make us. So choose wisely. Subscribe to It's Erik Nagel wherever podcasts are found. And leave a positive review, won't you kindly?
My computer just restarted.
The house with the cock on the walls.
Jack Black still stars in it.
Ugh.
Oh, did you see him get his star? It wasn't important until the end where the whole clip is just, I'd like to thank everyone and Trump's a piece of shit. Peace out. And he walks away.
Wow, he's edgy. All
He's
right.
Jack Black, I would expect nonetheless.
I'm really annoyed right now, but go on.
None more black.
Hey, Gittles, do you play roulette? Always bet on Jack Black. He tried that for years, and like, Jack, it doesn't work. One, if you say it about yourself, and two, your name doesn't fit into the
square.
No. Jack Black gets the square. $200. No, it doesn't fit in with with the flow of what the line is, and he kept insisting that was going to be his catchphrase until he got a legal cease and desist.
And that's our show. Thank you, folks. And have a wonderful time.
It's Erik Nagel. And it starts now.
What up, my Nagel? 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 Talking about George R.R. Martin, not writing. Talking Marvel versus DC, who's more exciting? Talking George Lucas's legacy, high-scoring centipede. Talking Gittles' new beef burrito recipe. Talking about Stephanie McMahon versus Sable. Talking about the Cybermen versus the Weeping Angels. Don't blink, the dialect's more deadly than you think. Talking summer ale, blueberry pale, craft beer, pouring drinks. What up, my Nagel? Deadpool 2 features Cable. Talking Funko Pop, celebrity signed a label. Talking online gaming, bitching and complaining. Talking E-Rock, kissing the feet of Matt Groening. Warner Brothers properties, Superman's a mockery. Weird Al concerts, Kevin Smith's debauchery. Rick and Morty fun zone. The Lego build team, can I have your attention? Possible Donkey Kong kill screen. What up, my Nagel? What up, my Nagel? What up, my Nagel? What up, my Nagel?
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear.
It's Erik Nagel.
Hello and welcome to It's Erik Nagel. That is me. Nomad OG this week, but over in the Upside Down is Gittles.
What up?
And Reverend T, Trevor.
Hooray!
How are you? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. 651 Smithers is the phone number, 651-764-8437. If you'd like to call and be a part of the program. It's Erik Nagel across the board on social media. You can follow us there. Facebook, YouTube, subscribe to all those things. Even if you don't want to venture through, just subscribe and help us out. Help us boost the numbers, if you will.
Yeah, our MySpace numbers are pretty down.
Yeah, we'll have to work on that. Anyway, welcome to the program. We are about 2 weeks away from New York Comic Con. We're going to start posting some stuff up soon about where we're going to be, the booth number, all that fun stuff. Remember, if you do go over to the Big Kev's Geek Stuff booth, what do, Gittles?
You ask for Gittles.
There you go. It's like, is Gittles here? Matt's not here, so we can actually admit that that's what we're doing.
I can't wait to bet on the fights.
Oh my god, they get so mad. I come by and ask it too.
Trevor, it's been going on for at least 5 years.
I can't wait. Matt said he's just going to throw people out and fight them.
Please do. Please do. I'd love to see Matt, get into some like 1920 style boxing when he comes to fisticuffs.
Bonus time. We got this YouTube footage of Matt going in fisticuffs.
Matt kicked some guy's ass near the Marvel Pavilion and got thrown out.
And we could say it's real fisticuffs because he's dressed like a pirate.
Yes. R-M-A-K-N-G. So we'll have more information as time goes on, and follow our social medias so you can see where we're going to be. And if you're going to be at New York Comic Con, hit us up. Let us know. We may have some cool, fun stuff for you if we run into you. Okay, moving on. It's been a busy week, like last week has been a busy week, so it might be a little bit more unorganized than we normally are. But we will. Why
is it so busy, Erik?
Because my new gig is really challenging. So
No,
there's a lot
stop.
to do. So hopefully we get into a nice place where I'll be like, all right, it's running a lot better than it was.
Yeah, the ship's sailing. You can put the buckets away because it's not sinking type thing.
Well, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay. Well, the way you described it, it was just like
it's just a
so
lot to
terrible.
do. A lot to do, and then commuting in and out of the city is a brand new feature to me. It's been a year, so now I got my routine down. Except for today, I had to drive in because I had to do something, and traffic is a miserable. I don't know. I was just yelling at everybody. I saw. Here's something I had to tell you about. I'm on 8th Avenue, one of the many corners that are on 8th Avenue, and I'm just sitting there waiting for the light to change to walk across the street. Now, I'm not exactly on the corner. I'm a little bit further down, but going this way. In front of me is this whole group of people. They're all on their phones looking down. A guy in a Verizon van pulls up with his window down and yells, "Get off your phone, people!" And starts to, like, he's going to zoom around because the light changed to get away, but people start walking, so he zooms up and then stops. So now he's stuck there. He couldn't turn. He was making a left turn, and he couldn't move. So now everybody there that he just yelled at were all telling him to go fuck himself and throwing stuff at the van. And I'm thinking there, like, Verizon wants people to use the phone. That's what they do. It's kind of their thing. And this guy's like, "Get off the phone, people." And they're all like, "Go fuck yourself, asshole." And they're throwing garbage at it. Oh, it was really funny.
That's like something Greg would do, Sean's brother. Really just pull up and just be like, "Get off the phone."
Possible.
Yell at people.
But this guy was trying to, he was waiting for he timed it with the light so he could try to make a quick getaway. But as he got into the intersection, people were walking, so he couldn't make the left turn. So he was stuck there. So he drove maybe 10 feet, and then everyone started yelling at him.
Dude, the amount of times that happens in the city where someone's just like, "Hey, fuck you, buddy," and then they stop 4 feet later,
It's like,
and then the person just like walks up to you, and you're like,
What
"Really,
What
dude?"
did you say? Care to clarify? Want to get out of the car? Assholes.
Like, what the fuck?
So
Where was this? Midtown?
it was in Midtown. It was on 8th Avenue in the 30s. So I have photos of it. I'm gonna I should have had video, but I didn't. I had a photo of the guy's van.
Shit?
I'm gonna tag Verizon on it and see what they do to the guy.
Yeah, do it.
So that was.
Well, at least he didn't gun it and run them all over.
That would have been even more spectacular, because then I would have been like, you know what? His snarky comment is the least of his problems
More
now.
spectacular?
Yeah.
Did you just say vehicular manslaughter would be more spectacular?
Technically, yes, it is. It's more spectacular than him yelling at people to get off the phone.
I mean, you can use spectacular in a non-positive way, I think. Like, oh my God, that was crazy.
I think it's
1 year ago today, that guy drove through all those people in Times Square.
Right.
Jesus.
And that was a sight to be
Whatever
seen.
happened with that? Like, did that guy go to jail? Like, did anyone hear anything like a week past that?
I don't know.
That was a weird story.
I just remember watching the video clips, and all I kept thinking of, this is really going to fuck with Grand Theft Auto, because it looks like a Grand Theft Auto scene. The way he was doing that, he was going the wrong way. He was driving up on the sidewalks. People are, being tossed aside as he's plowing through. But he hit those security poles, barriers that went up there ever since 9/11, and it's about 2 feet. It's solid steel, iron, whatever it is. These things that they look like something you could sit on, but they're just to protect the pedestrian areas for things like this. And they held up, and he went flying through, smashed dead center, and the car just kind of made a Y.
Yeah,
as he hit the thing. Yeah, it
they
was
added
very
more
fucked
now because of the same.
But I don't know what happened to the guy.
Huh.
I was watching the news. They did a whole thing about it, and they didn't mention at all what happened to him.
That's weird.
Because probably he'll never be heard from again.
By Verizon car, was it just weird that you brought that up today?
Yeah.
It wasn't manslaughter. It could have been attempted manslaughter, but he gunned it, got to the intersection, and then stopped because the crowd was already moving, and people just started throwing their stuff at his car, saying, "Tell him to go fuck himself," which was very fun. But again, I'll put that photo up on social media, IHeartRadio. It's Erik Nagel. You can see it all up there. How you guys been? What have you been up to, Gittles?
Honestly, not too much. It's just been like winding down the busy season at work, so just been working a lot, and then I'm pretty tired after work because it's like kind of like a physically demanding job in the kitchen.
Right.
And so I come home and I just like game a bunch, watch some stupid videos, or in my case, been watching a bunch of movies lately, and then just kind of rinse and repeat, come up with some new recipes and stuff like that, trying to catch some more shows. And
Did you get my
all that
text
good
yesterday
stuff.
about MasterChef?
Yeah, I'm not applying for MasterChef.
Why not?
Oh, dude, come on.
Because I worked on reality TV shows for like 13 years, and there's no way I would ever go on a reality TV show.
This is a big deal reality show, though.
Dude, season 10.
Why not? They're doing auditions September 22nd in Manhattan in Times Square.
September 22nd?
Yeah.
What do I got to do? Show up with like a chicken?
You show up, you show them.
Here's a
live
chicken.
You show
And
up.
I'm like,
I don't know. Go to the website. They have it there. I think it's at the Doubletree Hotel. You go there. You fill out the information. You show them some of your culinary skills, and they're going to like 4 or 5. No, what do they have? They have the 22nd is New York and Chicago, and then like a couple days later it's Dallas and somewhere else.
Yeah, they just did Atlanta.
They're recruiting for the new season of it. You should.
But
I actually like that show.
What's up?
I love that show actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Anything Gordon Ramsay's involved in, I'm all about it.
It's weird though because they have MasterChef and then they have MasterChef Junior, where it's kids doing the competition, and those three judges are very hard-nosed and badass towards the adults who are trying to succeed in the competition. They can get kind of mean and nasty or very blunt with their or glib, if you will, with their commentary. But with the kids, they're completely different. I would love to see how they treat the adults, but do it for the kids show. What is this? You overcooked it.
Kids like, I don't. What? It's pudding.
This is rubbish. You can't make a mole sauce in under an hour. It's like, what?
You bloody donkey!
The kid's 10.
You're like, wah.
The kid cries, knocks the pan over, throws his apron, and starts a fire in the fake kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. Like, I want to see Gittles on it. We all know he can cook.
Right.
I want to hear him like in those cutscenes, like
And that's
like how
when I
he just-
knew I had to break out the lobster or some shit like that. Like, leave it to Cleaver, and I cut a steak or something.
Oh my God! You just keep making bad food puns. They'll have you for every cutscene, even if you're not in that particular competition. Say you
Guess
won.
the stakes are high.
Say you won the mystery box challenge, right? Which gives you a bye to the next, competition.
Yeah.
You bypass the elimination round. So every time they're cooking, they just keep cutting to you, and you're making really bad puns and going, and they're like, we got to have this guy do every cutaway shot. He's just sitting there in front of fake produce.
Episode.
Brian, are you up for the challenge? I'm no chicken.
Everyone just looks around the room, and you're just smiling, holding your thumbs up, and then you see online, this guy, Gittles is the best. Gittles needs to win this competition.
He's the worst punter ever.
See, here's the thing.
That's what I'll do. I'll be like, I want to be on the show. Why? Just for the food puns.
I will give you such amazing audio. I can cook, but I will give you such amazing cutscenes and audio that you don't know what to do. Even if you eliminate me in the first round, you're still going to keep me around for the next 13 weeks.
Yeah.
See, like, I also like the intros, like all the way till the final episode. You're like, I've worked so hard because I'm a personal grocery shopper from Florida. Like, I want to know what Gittles is gonna say. Like, I live in Brooklyn.
I love it.
I get my turkey burgers at the Dollar Tree.
And now I'm on MasterChef cooking lobster.
Yeah.
It's like everybody runs in. You go into the kitchen. You get your ingredients. Come back. They come over. Brian, what are you doing? And it's like, oh, I'm mashing up Doritos right now. What?
Yeah.
He's like, your dollar store cookery thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm making. I'm making fried chicken with crumbled up Pringles.
Oh, isn't that a challenge?
Though
They only
as a bun.
Yeah.
I think that's a challenge where they only give you like $20 and you have to make a meal like worth $50.
Oh my God.
So Gittles will be like, oh yeah, I'm taking these Pringles and making chicken cordon bleu. Well, how much did that cost you? $2. Well, where's the rest of the money? In my pocket.
You're just drinking a 6-pack on set. Like, he's confident and drunk. It's beer can chicken. He's just actually hitting the beer can on the chicken because he's really drunk.
Gordon leans over and he goes, I think he's shotgunning the beer. Gittles just like doing Stone Cold Steve Austin, smashing them together, not taking it seriously.
He's sleeping on top of the oven to keep warm.
I would really love that if you did two particular things. One, if they're during a say a high level dessert
high-level
round,
dessert.
right? No, not saying you make a high level dessert, but during a high level dessert competition round, right?
Like how high do I have to be?
No, the person in the because they have your personal little cooking area in rows, right?
Okay, I've never watched.
So if you're right here and then say diagonal and the next row is another person, and one of the chefs comes over to talk to them. What are you doing? Well, I'm going to make a souffle. Well, the trick, because they got to explain what you're doing to the home audience. It's like, well, a souffle is tricky because it's very sensitive and you got to be careful about noise and all there. And while he's explaining and she put it into the oven, they're looking at it. You hit that app on your phone that goes, and the thing just drops. And then they look at you and you're just like holding your hands up in victory.
And I do a world star and I run up to the oven and watch it collapse.
That's one thing I want to see you do.
Gittles, you technically won the challenge because you're the only one who made a cake.
What?
That's one thing I want to see you do. The other thing I want to see you do is when they said, all right, you have 60 minutes on the clock, and you start, and they do all that fake dramatic music. Now they all go running off. You just stand there, not moving, right? And it's like, remember in The Simpsons where the one Asian guy's on the lawn while the fights are going on, he's not doing anything?
Yeah.
And they're like, why isn't he doing anything? I don't know, but I want to be here when he finally does something. And Marge brings Homer inside, and then he winds up doing this whole
the guy flies
weird
through the window.
thing. You don't even know what's going on, but he kicked everybody's asses, right? Yeah. So just do that. Well, they'll go running in importance, and you just sit there for 2 minutes just for suspense. Like they're looking at, what are you doing? And you just hold your hand up like this, and you nod with your eyes closed, like you know what you're doing. And then you walk off slowly into the kitchen to get your ingredients.
Like people run by in the carts. I'm just like plie-ing by them like a ballerina, just like running down the aisle.
The show producers are going nuts because, like Gittles knows, when you do reality show, it's a grind. So they have to be done in certain ways, or they can't. Anything outside of their wheelhouse, they freak out because they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
So the producers are complaining like, we need to get rid of this guy. All he's doing, he's making our job so much more difficult. And the network comes down and goes, have you seen the ratings? Everyone's just obsessed with this guy who's intentionally just doing this weird shit. He's going up to the finals. You find a way to pass him through the finals, eliminate everybody else. Our ratings are through the roof.
Gordon, for one of the challenges, he just wrote, I owe you one dinner on a napkin.
And he was almost eliminated, but he's still got a pass.
Yeah, they won best dish.
How did he get a pass? Well, the other guy didn't plate well. What?
Yeah, that napkin was perfect. Yeah,
there's so many possibilities for this.
Oh, I see. Because I see it like they all run it. We have the world's best pantry. Everyone runs in. Gittles runs in. 20 of them. 19 of them run out.
Gordon Ramsay just. Go ahead.
We're missing someone, and Gittles is just in the pantry eating everything because it's so good. Like, oh, what a fresh apple. Yeah.
People are panicking. Gordon Ramsay throws his apron down on the floor in disgust because Gittles is juggling. Bloody mangoes! Yep. No, here's a kiwi fruit.
No, when the challenge starts and you're like behind like your little table area and everyone like runs to the pantry, I pretend to press an elevator button and then just lower myself below the table, just like.
Hashtag Gittles and Gordon. That's what I just want. That's the team I want to see on this show.
I go to take the stairs downstairs. The cameraman has to follow me as I'm pretending to like walk downstairs behind my kitchen thing. I would totally do that too. Be like, oh, I need a bag of sugar. Hold on a second.
We have a competition going on. He's doing bloody Buster Keaton gags. Hello, you're not in silent films.
And he's serious about that steak. Look how he's searing it.
And then cuts to one of the shelves. It's like, I don't know what I can do. He's got skills, but I can't stand the puns.
Okay, yeah. They're so bad.
So what time are we meeting up next week to bring Gittles there?
We should do this. You got to go.
Dessert, he made a pizza cake, and he said it was a pizza cake to make.
This is going to be
What is a pizza cake? He took a pizza and just put a cherry on top and a candle.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, can you think of a better cake?
You didn't even light it.
Well, to be fair, it is a Chicago-style pizza, so technically it could be a cake. And the other chefs are like, I'm not putting up with this.
Yeah, they all quit. I win because they all quit.
My God, you won because the hosts were eliminated. The chefs are gone because they couldn't stand you. And then by default, Gittles wins the $250,000.
Yeah, we've never seen so many people kill themselves on an episode of this show, but like he just drove them to it with those puns.
So then you win that season, and then in between seasons they have the junior, and you show up for that too.
Oh, and I kick those kids' asses.
Like
That's all of a sudden when you start cooking for real. All of a sudden you're flambeing shit and
like they don't notice you. All the kids are coming in. You're kind of walking on your knees. So, but when they line up and the camera pans down the aisle, it comes right back to you. You're like, wait a minute. It's like, what are you doing here?
And that's where my dad jokes really win because the kids love them and they can't stop laughing the whole time. I'm like, ah ha ha.
We gotta get him off this show. He's killing. These kids can't stop laughing. The ratings are up again.
This was a competition for children. Yeah, and Homer beat his brains out.
But anyway, we should go and consider doing that. It's right here in the city, so why not?
What day is that?
The September 22nd.
So like Saturday. This Saturday. Like 2 days from now.
Sure. Let me take a look. I believe.
Yeah, today is the 20th. Yeah, good point. Yeah. So 2 days.
Oh, geez. So I gotta like so I need a chicken. I need a knife, and a chef. Right? Do I need an apron
and a chef?
Yeah.
You're not the chef. You got to bring your own chef.
Yeah,
oh my God! If you had your own personal chef doing the competition while you just stood there with your arms folded.
Yeah, dude.
You're like a 70s Black Panther guy. You're just standing there all intimidating.
Anytime he goes to cook something, I snap my fingers and I whisper quietly in his ear, and then he just starts doing it.
Yeah, he doesn't talk at all. He doesn't talk.
Yeah, this is crazy.
He's like the dude from Gone in 60 Seconds.
It is. I'm pulling up the Fox website right now.
Jeez, I got to apply on a website.
Well, yeah, you got.
They're gonna be like, "Oh, it's a bearded tattoo guy from Brooklyn." Like, of course he's on the show.
Yes,
just typecast him right through.
Saturday, September 22nd, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the DoubleTree Suites in Times Square on Broadway.
I have a tattoo with sausages on. Of course, they're gonna put me on the show.
Yeah, and he's like Cher. He's only got one name. Gittles.
Oh my God. You could taunt somebody if I made a flavorful citrus lobster salad, and you just go, I don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. And
you don't win MasterChef with salad.
You should boo some of the contestants too.
Boo.
Right now,
throw marshmallows in their shit when they're not looking.
Right now, I'm making a beautiful plantain puree. Boo! No one likes plantains.
They present their plate for the judges, and Gittles is trying to pull the tablecloth out from it. It all falls on the floor. He's like, I thought I could do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I really thought I had it this time.
Thought I had it.
That's great.
I've been practicing, and apparently I'm not quite there yet. So, but when I do, it'll be spectacular. I guarantee you.
Spectacular in a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just got to clarify because of earlier.
Yes, there's different ways to use spectacular. But other than that, I guess you're doing okay, Gittles.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Trevor, anything
doing spectacular.
New? Trevor, anything new with you?
I got a flat tire today. That was fun to find out about.
Somebody stepped
on your
shoe,
like when you were walking, or like on your car?
On my car.
That'd be great. That'd be great if the host of your show just kept giving you flat tires. Do you know what that is, Trevor, or is this a generational thing?
It's when someone walks up behind you and steps on the back of your shoe.
Okay. Would be great if your boss kept doing that to you while you're on the air.
I'd push him. I'd.
You just.
I actually yelled at him. He made fun of me today on the air, and I yelled at him because of something you told me. Ooh. Because he was all about Mayochup, and he didn't understand it, and he's just like, "Yeah, it's this new product," and I made a joke, and he's just like, "Why you got to ruin the show?" I said, Goya's been putting this shit out for years. Yeah, well, stop acting like you know shit. Well,
all right. The Goya thing was all right. If you want to talk about this, so for yesterday or the day before, Heinz tried putting out this hashtag called Mayochup, which is their hybrid of mayo and ketchup together.
Yep.
And they've been teasing it for a while that it was coming, and then now it's finally starting to come out. And they're saying how great this is, and it's going to revolutionize your condiments and all that. And I did a thing for the consumer because people kept talking about it, and they were showing it, sending it to me. He's like, "Do you know about this?" The consumer, and I was like, "I knew all about it," so I put a consumer post up. at The Consumer on Instagram if you want to check it out. So they combined ketchup and mustard together, ketchup and mayo together in this one bottle, making it a whole thing. Now, ketchup and mayo together, some may think is gross, but for the longest time, it's been delicious to a lot of people because, one, it's the main ingredients for Russian dressing. It's all
French.
Who thinks it's gross? That's like a fantastic combination.
A lot of people don't like mayonnaise in certain areas of the country.
Oh, I know lots of people don't like mayonnaise. I get that.
Right,
but
so that's why they would think it would be gross. So yeah, Russian dressing, Thousand Island dressing, things like that. Also, Wendy's made it famous because that's the way they've done their burgers. There's always been mayonnaise and ketchup, and that's not a regional thing. That's just always how they have done it. And
really?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever gotten. I always get a chicken sandwich there, so I never really tried their burgers.
If you get a single, double, or triple, Dave sandwich, it's always mayo and ketchup on it.
Oh, nice.
The other thing was that Goya has their mayo ketchup sauce. Goya, oh boy, indeed, has their sauce because it was big in Hispanic communities, and apparently it's like a staple in Puerto Rico for many, many years. So I've, being at least in the Northeast, you see a lot of Goya products up here, and I've always known about that. So it's not anything new, but combining it together as an official thing for them is a new marketing ploy. Now, here's the problem with it. They take the world's best ketchup, which is Heinz ketchup, with a very inferior mayonnaise, which is Heinz mayonnaise, and mix it together. Now, if you look on the bottle, a lot of people kept pointing out it's 160 calories for 2 tablespoons. And they were like, this is horrible.
Mayo, dude.
Yeah. But their mayonnaise is not good. They even put out a creamy mayonnaise that they tried to upgrade it with. And
like a Miracle Whip? Or
no, not like a Miracle Whip, but like certain mayonnaise do this extra creamy version where they add more eggs into it to make it I don't want to say bolder, but a lot fluffier, if you will, a bit of more of a creamier taste as it advertises. They did their version of Heinz because Heinz mayonnaise is not that good, and they did a creamier version where they put more eggs into it, some more seasoning, and even that was okay at best. It still wasn't quite up at the level of a Heinz. Not Heinz, of a Hellmann's mayonnaise, or on the West Coast it's called Best Foods. But Hellmann's mayonnaise or Duke's mayonnaise from down south is really good. Somebody brought to my attention there's a mayonnaise called Blue Plate down south that apparently everybody raves about, and I would love to try that if somebody wants to mail it up to us, and we'll give it a try.
I just make my own mayo. It's really easy.
I tried the Heinz thing. It's not good. It really is not good. I mean, for me, it's not good. I'd rather just mix Hellmann's and Heinz together and get a far superior product than what they're putting out.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. Like, why? I mean, you don't have to buy their product.
No, but
I'm sure it's just for people who are getting it because they just want to like throw it on a burger quick. Like, I can't think of any, or like dip their fries in it.
Yeah, I'm a big condiment guy.
Somebody
I like something simple and just.
Somebody wrote to us saying that it's called fry sauce in the Northwest.
It's like, I want a dipping sauce, but I'm not going to open 2 bottles.
Open up all kinds of jars. Yeah. Who knows how many knives?
Exactly. That's who this product is made for.
So, I mean, like we always say with the consumer, go out and try it for yourself, but I just think it's wasting your time when you can pick a far superior mayonnaise and mix it with Heinz. Don't go with Hunt's, because we've had this conversation many times. Across the board, many experts will tell you Hunt's is garbage.
Did you get my tweet?
I don't think it's garbage.
I bought Heinz just for you.
You did? When?
There's a Heinz just for you?
It's in my house just in case E-Rock comes over. Like, it's an emergency pack.
You should switch the labels on the Hunt's and the Heinz.
No, I'll look at it because Hunt's looks brown.
Yeah,
not if you take care of it.
It looks like burnt maple syrup.
Take care of it. Like, what, you got to pet it and feed it and shit? Like, I don't know where you're getting your Hunt's.
No, some people just leave the ketchup out, like on the counter.
Oh yeah, you can't do that.
No.
Hunt's is garbage. Don't even bother with it.
Oh, and then something else that's happened to me is my band is playing with an all-female Judas Priest cover band in November.
Ooh, what are they called?
Judas Priestess.
Oh, okay.
What about Judy Priest?
That would sound singular.
Okay.
It's a band.
Judas Priestess?
No, that's too proper.
Oh. Mrs. Judith Priestess?
Judas Priestess.
Wait, so where are you playing?
Playing up at Dingbats in Clifton, New Jersey.
That sounds so made up.
No, it's actually
a comedy club.
No. I actually Googled it. It is
I've
about
heard it before.
10 minutes from our mothership studios that Eric's in right now, so I hope he's going to come and see it. No, November 24th.
Okay.
Was that like a Thanksgiving show or something?
It's like the Saturday after Thanksgiving, yeah. So
nice.
You can come see my band and then see an all-female fronted Judas Priest cover band.
What's your band called, Trevor?
Blacktooth Grin.
Oh, like a hobo smile?
No. We totally stole it from Dimebag's favorite drink from
nice.
Pantera, who stole it from Megadeth and blah 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 blah.
I'm definitely gonna go with hobo smile though, like, or like you got a black tooth. You got that.
I mean, that's kind of what happens when I smile. I guess it makes sense.
Blacktooth hobo with a shotgun.
Ooh,
great film. Great.
I'd watch it.
You mix the band and the movie together.
Yeah, so we've just been doing band practice and getting ready for that. I don't think there's anything.
What do you play in the band?
I am the singer.
He plays the vocals.
I played the vocals.
Could you give us a little razzle dazzle? Come on.
No, I'm not doing it over this crappy internet connection feed with this room echo.
But you have a very professional mic.
I had 3 hours we practiced last night. My throat's not. It's
give us an example of what it is.
I refuse.
Like,
come to the show and see for yourself, bud.
You're horrible at promoting and selling your own goods. You got to give a little something to get people on board with this thing.
That's far enough away. I'll be there. I'll be there. I want to hear it.
I want to hear it. Do it.
No, why can't we just play one of my band songs at halftime or commercial break? Or
Newsflash, we are not a football game.
The halftime show is Maroon 5. That's why.
Oh, Jesus. What a terrible halftime show.
Like, that's more disrespectful to the flag than anything. Like, Maroon 5, really?
But they have moves like Jagger.
Ugh.
That's not even all their song. It's Maroon 5 and Christina Aguilera.
Oh, jeez.
I like her.
It's a terrible halftime.
She's hot. I've always had a thing for her.
Oh, her, yeah. I mean, that whole entire... I feel like she really got screwed out of that Britney Spears Madonna three-way kiss thing. Because I feel like she got the peck where the other one's got the tongue.
You know why? Because Christina Aguilera wasn't the big MTV pop act like Britney was, you know?
Yeah, but then
Christina
she did Dirty right after that, didn't she?
I know. It's so hot, right?
Dirty.
Wanna get rowdy. Yeah, there's your example.
I want to get all
man,
of
that's
that.
how he's going to sing?
Backup. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can do that.
I want to be her genie in a bottle and rub her the wrong way.
Ugh. You're gross.
I don't know what was more gross, the fact that he said it or the fact that I pictured it for a second.
It's hot,
It's
right?
both. It's the whole situation.
It's hot.
Ugh. No doubt.
Don't tell me because it hurts, Skittles.
Ugh.
Hey, don't worry.
Gross.
You know, you guys are beautiful, no matter what they say.
All right, Trevor's walking on spider webs. Leave a message. He'll call you back.
All right, Jesus
Since
Christ.
he's not going to sing.
This is a bananas conversation.
Trevor, sing something for the audience.
I'm not singing.
You have to give us a little something.
Just make it up. We don't know.
You know, woozy wazza.
And then we'll be really surprised when we see it. You're like, fly me to the moon.
Do your song. Do the one that goes, ooh, wah, ah, ah.
I've never covered Disturbed before.
Oh, good. Disturbed shouldn't have even played.
So, I like this.
Oh, what? I love Disturbed, but that was like total
You're
high
stalling.
school, bro.
Sing something so we can move on.
I don't want to sing anything.
Well, it's not like it's like a Dungeons and Dragons puzzle. Like, he doesn't have to sing something for us to move on. Maybe he'll just surprise us with some vocals later. Maybe
I can't move on because I need his vocals in order to open the magic wall to go to the enchanted forest.
Ugh. Yeah,
motorcycle, beer. There, that's it. That's actually our best song, right there. I see your face. That's what I just did. I knew that was going to happen. Now you're going to laugh about it. You're going to make it a hotkey.
No, I think
that's the hashtag for this show.
I think it's all bullshit. I don't think that's a song at all.
I totally believe that is a song.
That is my number. I have
like the two-man advantage of like other drinking. Like they're like hockey and they have songs about hockey, and now you're about like drinking in trucks?
That's all we do. But my band sings about motorcycles and beer.
Do you have a motorcycle?
No, I got a woman instead. It takes all my money.
Where do we find more information about your band?
Yeah.
Facebook.com/blacktoothgrin.
There's just a MySpace.
MySpace is probably we got taken down twice.
Off MySpace?
Yeah, we got taken off MySpace.
Why?
Well, that sucks.
I don't know. They don't. Back in the day, they used to not tell you. It was just like, you've been kicked off.
Well, that Tom's a real asshole, huh?
Yeah. Well, that collusion.
Yeah. And I don't know if we have any other social media. I don't think so.
Okay. I'm gonna check out the Facebook. I'm gonna listen to the music. Are you on the Spotify? The Pandora?
No, but I'm on the YouTube.
Pandora.
Because we've opened for Motorhead and
Motorhead. Nothing. Oh, that's Sister Christian. Sorry.
And the Misfits before. So I think but like the Misfits was like 2008 or 9. If you YouTube it, I'm sure it's somewhere on there. I was hammered. Duh.
When you recorded everything?
Mother, tell you, Trevor, not to walk my way. Trevor.
Yeah, so we just sing about motorcycles, beer, and then we actually might be doing
not to walk my way. That's a great line. Okay.
Also playing on Halloween
if you
show.
wanna burn hell with me.
You're just gonna wait till I talk to you.
I still like Motorhead, but Motorhead, what's your price for flight?
You want to
Ace
do
of
some
Spades. It's like
How
he's
about
just
this?
throwing song riffs in. I don't think he knows how to write a song.
Eric, if you come to the show on the 24th, I'll let you sing the last song.
Yeah, no.
Come on, I'll bring you on stage. You want to host it? I'll get you. Let you host it.
I gotta work.
No, you don't. It's a Saturday.
After Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I gotta work.
He'll find work. I will be there.
Yeah,
come out.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll come up there and.
It's
Yeah,
it's
well,
really
someone's gonna have to
close.
pick me up from the train station.
That's
so
true.
you're
All right,
going
maybe
there.
you know what? We'll have to go then. You know what, Trevor? Put it in our calendars and we'll come and check everything out.
I'm bringing it up on every show until we have it done.
I'm gonna.
You got it. That's what you gotta do. You gotta plug that shit.
I'm so introducing you as
I plug
Disturbed.
shit that passed.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Anyway.
we have 3 CDs. One we never finished. One called 135 and Blacktooth Grin's Greatest Hits.
Is that the stuff that's on the wall behind you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, right there. It's my CD hanging on the wall.
Does motorcycle, beer have the progression of give me fuel, give me fire, give me that what I desire? Boom. You just taking other people's songs and putting weird lyrics into it?
Trev Talica.
Actually, now that you say it, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Metallica.
See, that's it. And the whole chorus just goes motorcycles, and the whole crowd goes beer, beer, beer. See, that's it. That's all I do.
Oh, sweet. I can sing that. I already know the words.
You two come. You guys can sing the last song. I won't
All
even
right.
do it.
Trev
All right,
Talica.
I'll do the verse. And you guys can do the chorus.
All right. Sounds good.
We got
Full disclosure: my guitar player doesn't wear clothes.
Ew, why?
Well,
Is he allergic? I've heard about that.
he wears.
Don't you hate pants?
No, he wears different outfits depending on the type of season. So, like during Christmas, he just wore jingle bells around his genitalia.
Wow,
and
you're
covers-
edgy.
No, that's just he gets hot when he plays. He has one that
I
just
bet he does.
it's an alligator, and when you lift up the mouth, his
Snaps at you?
yeah, well, kind of.
Okay.
His dong is the tongue.
So it's a crocodile?
So
Yeah,
that's a possible show title. All right.
crocodile. There you go. But yeah. So come, there's craziness, and there's always some kind of.
Well, at least you said that way. There's cum, there's craziness.
I think they're trying to be GWAR.
Ugh. I mean,
It's not as sticky. It's not as sticky.
Ooh. All right, we'll come to this thing.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Cool. Tickets are $15 a person.
Oh, fuck that.
Ladies
I'm
and
not going.
gentlemen,
That
please
shit.
welcome to the stage right now the band you've been waiting for, Trevor and the Belmonts.
Trevor and the Crazy Old Man Singers.
And then everyone's like, what? What? Who was that? That's what I'm doing.
Town girl.
Anyway.
That's my life.
A lot of the rest of the stories that we have for this week are very movie, TV oriented. You want to take a break now and then come back and do all of that?
Yeah, why not? You know,
because there's really.
Besides that, all I got is Gay Muppets.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Trevor was very disappointed that this was destroying his childhood.
Yeah.
So we're going to help him cope right after this.
It's Erik Nagel with Erik and Gittles. More next. It's Erik Nagel. Follow the show on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and Facebook at It's Erik Nagel. It's Erik Nagel is back.
Welcome back to It's Erik Nagel. That is me. Over in the Upside Down is Gittles and Trevor.
What up?
Matt LG should hopefully be back next week. Had some stuff he had to take care of. But looking at the box office from last week, coming in at number 1 to nobody's surprise, The New Predator. Should we spoil the ending for everybody, or should we just wait on that?
I want to see it, so let's not spoil any of it.
Okay. Number 2 was Gittles' favorite movie, The Nun. If you didn't hear his glowing review, download last week's episode and you can hear all about that.
It was a pile of shit.
And number 3, Simple Favor. I forget what that one is. Number 4, White Boy Rick, which I think I actually want to see. It looks pretty good. And
it looks like you see everything in the trailer, so I don't really need to see it. And the tagline gives away like the entire plot of the movie, so I don't know.
There's a white boy named Rick?
There is, and he's slick.
Spoiled it for you.
Yep, you spoiled it.
Number 5, still holding strong, Crazy Rich Asians. That movie will just not go away until a major blockbuster shows up.
Yeah.
And forces it down into oblivion. What's coming out this weekend as far as movies go? The House with a Clock in Its Walls.
Ugh, like every house past 1900.
Which looks almost like the Jack Black movie he did with, what was it, Goosebumps?
Yep, Goosebumps.
It looks exactly the same thing, but now it's like, let's do Goosebumps, but
with a
rip
clock.
off Harry Potter.
Oh, it's such a Harry Potter ripoff. Like I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, so this is a Harry Potter movie? And then it wasn't. And I was very confused and like, what is happening here?
Also, we have Michael Moore's new documentary, Fahrenheit 11/9.
Oh, yeah? When's that come out?
It comes out this weekend.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know.
And it's about the Trump election and Trump being elected president and the whole conspiracy behind that. Some of these other movies, I don't think anyone gives a shit about. Life Itself. I don't know what that.
I don't care about Life Itself or the movie.
Life Itself. You're probably right. It looks horrible. Oscar Isaac is in it, who I like. I like him. So maybe he should do well. And then Assassination Nation. I don't know what this one's about either.
I saw the trailer for it and it looks crazy.
Okay. So you think that it has some possibilities, some hope to it?
It looks like it's so weird. It looks like a really long like Black Mirror episode where it's like all these kids and they're like framing each other with like different text messages and telling everyone their secrets, and then everyone just goes on a bloody rampage and just starts killing each other.
Oh, okay. That sounds
like the
pretty
trailer
good.
looks good. Like watch the trailer. I was definitely in the theater saying like, okay, I definitely want to see this.
Okay. Gittles likes unique and obscure movies, so if he's giving it a, hey, you should probably check it out, chances are it is good and you should check it out. He doesn't steer you wrong.
Yeah, like hopefully it's good. I mean, at least watch the trailer. I think if you watch the trailer, if you like grindhousey type films, if you like really weird, over the top, action-y type stuff, I think you'll be into it. And it also has like a Heathers type vibe to it. It looks really good.
Okay. We're kicking around an idea that maybe if we do go the Patreon route, about Gittles came up with a good concept where he'll watch movies and do the rants like he's been doing with Gotti, with The Nun, things like that. But we can open it up to people suggesting movies that Gittles reviews.
Yeah, like if there's a movie and you want to know if it's good or not, but you don't want to watch it, let me know and I'll watch it and review it for you and let you know if it's worth seeing. I will waste the time for you because I like bad movies.
And even if you see a movie that you think is absolutely horrible and you think Gittles may want to watch this because he may think it's equally as bad, if not worse, he wants to see those as well.
Oh yeah, I want to see everything that's terrible.
So
that's my favorite genre of movie is bad.
We will work on that, but if you want to reach out and suggest anything, hit us up on any of the social medias, the show's media, It's Erik Nagel, or if you want to email us, it's eriknagel@gmail.com, and send your suggestions in, and we can start getting that thing rolling. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Or they could call us.
They can call
That
us
too.
651-764-8437. That's 651-SMITHERS.
Smithers. Yeah, I saw that movie about Mandy the other day.
Yeah, that's what I was
Have you
just going to
seen-
get to. No, tell us about Mandy.
Okay, so Mandy is the new movie from Panos Cosmatos.
Okay.
He's like an Italian like French Canadian director. Like, he's got a whole bunch of different backgrounds, but he does these really stylized, like experimental, arty, sci-fi, like horror and action movies. Like the first one he did is called Beyond the Black Rainbow, and it's on Netflix, and it's really good. But you have to be willing to put up with a lot of not knowing what's going on and just weird things that are just happening. And so the new movie Mandy stars Nicolas Cage, and it takes place in 1983 in the woods of the Pacific Northwest. And Nicolas Cage is a lumberjack, and he lives with his girlfriend. And there's a crazy cult.
Is the girl's name Mandy, and she
Yes.
brings him a turkey on her vacation a day from worky?
Yes,
Okay.
that is exactly the story.
Nice.
And he got the shirt half off because it's smeared. He's got the floor buffer.
Continue. Hubba hubba. Stop it. I'm using this bed for sleeping, eating, and maybe building a little fort.
Yeah.
Trevor's
good.
lost. All right, keep going. So, all right.
Yeah, so he lives in the woods with his girlfriend, and there's like this weird cult that's around, and they try to get his girlfriend, and that's all I'll really say because it's out there. I was watching it with my friend, and I was really excited for it. I was like telling her at work, I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie. I don't care. I'm like, you can come over and watch it. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm very excited for it. She's like, wow, I've never seen you that excited for a movie. I'm like, yeah, because it looks nuts, and that's like what I want to see. I want to see things I've never seen before.
Okay.
So I put it on, and about 10 minutes into it, she just looks at me and she's like, this is experimental as fuck. I was like, yeah, it is, because there's just like lots of just haziness and colors and scenes that don't really make sense. There's scenes where people are talking, and the people they're talking to, their face starts to become their face as they're talking. Like it's like a crossfade. So
Oh, that's weird.
So it'd be like if I was looking at you right now and you were talking, and then Trevor's face like slowly became your face, like that kind of stuff, like just trails and like trippiness. But
Or what if you become that face where, you know, when you see the dud and your face goes,
yeah. But the second half of the movie is like
Trevor,
feral
jump in at any
Nick
time.
Cage.
I just don't know. Just
Like
watching
watch the trailer. It's very grindhousey. Like the trailer is a little deceiving because the trailer is a lot more action packed than the movie is. Like the second half of the movie is pretty action packed. It's feral Nick Cage on a fucking rampage, just killing people. Like he's completely red, covered in blood. He does a mountain of cocaine. Like his face melts off. Like crazy shit happens.
It just turns into Red Skull. That's all I'm getting out of that.
Kind of. His name is Red in the movie. Like he just kind of goes pretty buck wild at a point.
If there's one movie like action star, I guess you could call him, that I would never think could be a lumberjack, it's Nick Cage.
Yeah, like when I was watching it, I was trying to picture like, oh, maybe this would be what happened after Dexter, and this is Dexter's life in the woods. And then no, that's not. That doesn't really fit as an ending.
It's called Dexter. What happens nexter?
Yeah, but it's like when I say it's weird, like it's weird.
You're proud of yourself for that one?
I am.
Yeah, season 9 on Nexter.
Yeah.
Nixter. It's just Nick Cage as Dexter.
Oh, that's what it is. He's Nixter.
Yeah, he's just Nixter.
It's a spin-off from... Oh, never mind.
But yeah, like when I say like it's weird, there's people, they just talk cryptically. They're like, okay, well you have to...
Wow, the trailer's creepy.
Yeah, you have to call the thing to get the guy. And then he hands him like a rock. And as he's handing him a rock, like a strobe light is going on. There's no strobe light in the room. And then he gives the guy the rock. And then the guy drives to the middle of the field and blows the rock. And then sits in the car while the passenger of the car just keeps rolling the window up and down for like 2 minutes until something else happens. It's like that kind of weird. Very almost like David Lynchian.
For those
I
of
was
you who are
just going
just
to
tuning
say,
in...
I'm watching this thing and I'm like, this seems like Twin Peaks. This feels very David Lynch.
Oh yeah, like if you like Twin Peaks, I think
love
you'd
Twin
like
Peaks.
it because it's just lots of stuff that's very bizarre. It's out there.
Wait, why is he custom makes like a futuristic axe?
It gets crazy, dude. Like when I say like he does cocaine and his face melts off, like they do an animation that's like Raiders of the Lost Ark of his face completely melting off and exploding into the cosmos. Like it's nuts.
Dude, this movie's fucked up.
But like you watch that trailer, you're like, holy shit, I really want to see this. But then when you watch the movie, like a lot of that stuff that you're seeing in the trailer is the second hour of it. The first hour is the setup to get to that craziness.
This scene where they're
it's like you have to like sit through it and it's nuts.
This scene where it looks like they're laying in bed. It's a very dark blue scene, and then
Yeah.
it starts strobe lighting, and these creatures are just there.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, dude.
Can we just clarify one thing? I'm a little
some of these creatures look like they're resembling famous horror movie figures, because one thing looks like Jason, the other thing looks like Pinhead, and at the end in the trailer here, so it's not spoiling, but it's in the trailer here, he pulls out this really long chainsaw, which reminisces of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but he comes off like he's Bruce Campbell in Evil Dead.
Yeah, well, Bruce Campbell had a chainsaw too. Like I said, dude, it's nuts. Like it's a really crazy movie. It's 2 hours, and like I said, the first hour is very out there and trying. Like you're gonna have to sit through a lot. You're gonna have to pay attention to a lot because a lot is gonna happen, but also a lot is not gonna happen because it's just a weird pace.
So
like scenes just fade in and fade out. Like there'll be a scene where it fades in, someone tells a story for 4 minutes, and then it just fades out, and that didn't mean anything. You know, like weird stuff.
Who directed
But then,
this?
like Panos Cosmatos. Like I said, the only other movie he did was Beyond the Black Rainbow, which is a sci-fi
right, you said that.
crazy movie, which is like very similar. But I think if you like movies like Holy Mountain, like this is for you.
I don't know what Holy Mountain is, but
Holy Mountain is a crazy movie from the 70s. It's an Italian movie, and it's like a psychonaut movie, like very psychedelic. The director dosed all the actors with acid and didn't tell them, and then shot the movie, and they were all like literally tripping balls while filming it. Like it is
Wow.
a crazy
Jeez.
cult drug movie.
That sounds pretty.
If you've never seen it, it's definitely worth a watch.
Is it all in subtitles?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll have to look for that. Yeah, Nicolas
But
Cage
yeah,
is the only real name in this movie here.
Yeah, it's a strange movie, but I loved it. Like I said, it's my kind of movie. It's just weird.
This is
Can I
just
ask a
on
question?
demand because I see
Yeah.
it says it's on Prime Video right now for Amazon.
Yeah, I got it on the Xbox store for $6 to rent it. So that's what I did.
Okay.
Just want to clear it all up. When you say that they got the rock and they took him to a field and then they blew the rock, you're not talking about the actor.
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about the actor.
Oh, okay, cool. And then I'll watch it.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the actor.
I know you're not. He's
Okay, cool.
But he's trying.
Yeah, I know. He's trying.
He's trying though. We got to give him. We got to be more supportive and encouraging because he gets dejected sometimes.
Oh my god, he can hear us, dude.
No, I don't think he can hear us. He's looking around the room with a kind of a daze.
He's petting an invisible dog.
All right, that he is doing, and I don't understand why he's doing that. But we should get back to the show anyway.
We
so
should
so
tell him about
Mandy
that
is what
spider
you're
on the
saying.
wall behind him.
Mandy is this movie that you're recommending here. That
Oh yeah, I highly recommend it. But like I said, it's not for everyone.
don't
And if you
think
watch
it's
the trailer, like you're gonna see all those scenes, but it's not gonna be like that kind of pacing.
Right.
So just get ready for it. And the soundtrack is crazy, creepy, and good.
Okay.
It's Johan Johansson, the Icelandic composer, was his last film score that he did, and it's really haunting and beautiful.
Did he pass on?
Yes.
Okay.
During the filming of this, like they sacrificed him.
Well, you got to suffer for your art sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna
definitely
look,
recommend.
I'll check out Mandy, but I still have to watch Corbin Nash. I know I promised you last
Nash!
week, but I haven't gotten around to it. A couple other movie announcements. They've announced that Space Jam 2 is coming with LeBron James.
They should just call it Space Jelly.
What about Space Force?
Space Force 5?
Oh, is that being used already?
I think it's being used.
Oh, okay. Never mind that.
As long as R. Kelly does the soundtrack again, I'm in.
I don't
like,
think
what's the
R. Kelly's
plot
really in a
gonna be?
spot to do anything at this point.
Like, is it the whole thing going to be animated? Are they going to do it the same way they did the last one?
I don't know. They posted a photo where you just see a locker room and you see it says Bugs Bunny, it says LeBron James, it says the director and the writer from the previous movie. That's all it was.
I mean, if like Rocco and Filbert and Heifer from Rocco's Modern Life are in it somehow, I'll watch it. Like,
Pass the ball, Heifer.
Yeah. And then you pass the ball, and then you wash your hands. And then you pass the ball, and then you wash your hands. And oh no, I dropped the ball. And then you got to pick up the ball, and then you wash your hands.
Good reference.
I wasn't allowed to watch that show.
Nickelodeon was too much for the Trevor household.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, there was a lot of adult humor in Rocco's Modern Life.
That and Ren and Stimpy weren't allowed to watch it.
I loved Rocco.
Jesus. This is why you like Disturbed. Because you weren't disturbed as a kid from watching these cartoons.
He was more of an all that child.
Oh, Repairman, man.
I was at the thrift store today, and they had the All That soundtrack on vinyl, and I almost bought it. It was $1, but I didn't know if I needed it.
Still too much. Wait till it goes to 75 cents.
Yeah. I could have haggled.
Gittles, you sent me this article shortly before the show started about Disney finally commenting on the James Gunn situation.
Yeah, and basically they just said, "Yeah, we're sticking by our guns." Like the
no pun.
I think it was
Actually, no, that's not a pun. That's
that would
an oxymoron, right?
Yeah, it's
ironic.
It's just wrong.
Okay.
Ironic? Yeah, I guess so.
Don't you think?
Irony.
Ironic.
We're not word scientists, people.
It makes not the words sound good.
Yeah, I can make words
Verbally.
gooder, but not more gooder.
Gotcha. So they're sticking by their guns, not James Gunn.
Not James Gunn's.
Right.
And with their decision to fire him. And they also talked about the decision to fire Roseanne. And I thought it was interesting. I'll read it off to you here. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the article quick. Okay, so he said when they made the decision, the decision to cancel Roseanne was completely unanimous. Like, there was no second thought. But the James Gunn decision was brought to me as a unanimous decision of a variety of executives at the studio, and I supported it. So it sounds like
he didn't agree with it.
Yeah, it sounds like there was some backlash there. But like the Roseanne one, they like the way he said it, you know, like he's like it was unanimous.
I totally
Roseanne
agree
was
with
done.
you. Yeah.
But then saying like this was unanimous with the executives, and they brought it to me, and I acted on it.
Because look at it this way, all right? We've been very vocal about the fact that we don't think James Gunn should have been fired. Now, there's a lot of people out there who say, look at the horrible things that he has joked about, these comments. They were bad jokes. They were in poor taste, but they weren't what we deemed a fireable offense and ruining this guy's career.
Especially because he apologized for him already.
Right. A while ago. You shouldn't have to. It's like double jeopardy. You shouldn't be charged again for the same thing when you've already, handled it. So then they were trying to tie him into people that were... who were the alleged pedophile. Like, they were trying to make these other people pedophiles. It's like, oh, if he was talking to this person, he must be one too. What's on his computer? What is it? It's like, stop. Yeah. You're just trying to start a witch hunt for no reason. The thing with James Gunn is that had it not just been the climate that we're in right now, Disney easily could have just rode this out. Let it go for a while. It would have passed or died down to a level that it wouldn't have affected them that greatly, and still made the movie with James Gunn because he's worth billions to them, right?
Yeah.
For what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy and for the parts that he added to for Infinity War. So that could have been overseen or at least handled. The Roseanne thing you couldn't handle because it was too blatant and out there, and with the racial undertones of everything she was talking about, how do you defend that? You can't. But with his, it was like, I made bad jokes years ago. And also, we'll point this out again, he used to work for Trauma, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, Trauma, which is all they are is fucked up shit.
They were B-level movies that they were putting out, comic books and everything.
C-level.
It was crude and crass humor and stories. That's what it was. And that's what he was doing back at the time when people said he made all these comments. He was working for them.
Yep.
He wasn't doing that shit now. That stuff wasn't sneaking in or seeping into the Marvel world and the Disney world. He moved on from a different... Look at you in your teenage years and in your 20s and your 30s. Were you the same person in each of those decades? No.
Oh, God, no. I'd hate myself if I went back to my 20s. I'd be like, fuck that guy. What a piece of shit.
But you progress and you move. He should not have been fired. He's worth so much more to the company than Roseanne was. But even if you're not looking at the finances, what she did was blatant and obvious. His was just something from his past that wasn't that bad.
And his was the targeted hit job. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just like he said it. It was like people dug it up and like made hashtags and like took him down. You know, that's the difference too.
Yeah.
So
You know, and it says here in the article too. It says, as the interviewer notes, Disney has received plenty of backlash for the removal of Gunn, considering the fact that the tweets he was being fired for were only posted nearly a decade ago. However, in the face of the backlash, Iger says that he completely stands by the call, and this is where it basically says it wasn't him. He says, "I haven't second guessed their decision," he said.
Which is stating that he didn't agree with it, but he had to go with the board's decision.
Yeah, and he's not going to say, like, you know, that he disagreed with them if it's going to be printed in an article, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I still think, give it enough time. His situation was nowhere near as bad as what the Me Too movement has to deal with. The Time's Up movement, if that even still exists, because I never hear about that part anymore. But those things have more serious issues to deal with. His were just inappropriate. I mean, not even inappropriate. They were just poor. It was bad jokes.
Yeah.
You know, something in the past, and he apologized for that and has moved on since, and is not that same person. And he still got, screwed by this thing again. Give it some time. I think they'll find a way to work stuff back, especially as we have discussed in the past that they had to give temporary exit privileges to a lot of the cast and the crew so they can go work on other projects because they got to make money while they still figure out what they're going to do with Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah. I mean, it says in the article they still haven't found a director yet, so who knows?
Well, they can find a director, but if the cast doesn't want to do it, then what are you going to do? You're going to recast the entire franchise?
What you do is you take out all the main cast members and you replace them with the members of GWAR, and you have GWARdians of the Galaxy.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd see that. At 100,
right?
Know that show
like
title.
Odorous, Odorous died, but like Beefcake walking around just like, bro, fuck all this shit, fuck all these superheroes. Iron Man, suck my dick. Like, that'd be great.
How long have you been sitting on that one?
Tens of seconds.
Wow, that just came off the top of your head?
Dude, I have a crazy brain. It doesn't work like normal brains.
That's just because that's too good. It sounded like you had that for a while and been, working on that.
No.
Maybe we'll call the show Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I'd watch that shit.
Why not?
I mean, that's what they are.
Right now, it's up there with Crocodile, so I don't know yet. Well, anything more about that article, or is that it?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens because, Dave Bautista has been very vocal. The cast has been pretty vocal that they wanted at least James Gunn's script for the third one. Now they've suspended production on it, so they didn't not even use the third script that James Gunn created for the movie. So we don't know what's going on with that, and we don't know really what's going on with the next phase of Disney Marvel because usually they'd have stuff out by now. All we know is that we have Captain Marvel in March. And
did you see the Russo brothers tweet today?
No. What did it say?
It was just a tweet. It was just a picture.
What was it a picture of?
It just said, look closely.
All right.
And people are thinking it's for Avengers 4 because there's a lot of A-framed things in the picture. It's literally just like a shot of a set with like ladders and stuff.
I can't believe they're this close to the movie coming out and they're still not done. I thought they shot a lot of the fourth movie with the third movie for the Avengers.
Oh, I have no idea.
I knew the Russo brothers are opening up a restaurant in Los Angeles.
Huh.
I saw a lot of stuff about them. It is a...
Better not be a fucking Marvel-themed sandwich shop.
No.
I got a good idea for that.
It doesn't say. It's called Simone is the name of the restaurant. It opens up in Los Angeles with James Beard winning chef Jessica Largy. Or Largy. Largey.
Okay.
Look hard. All right.
What's your sandwich idea, Gittles?
Oh, I just had like an idea for a sandwich shop called Superheroes, and then you just have like all different superhero themed sandwiches.
I thought we already had this discussion.
Yeah, like on a text message.
No, we talked about it on the show a while ago. Gittles and I were going to retire down to Florida. We're going to open up a sandwich shop on the beach called the Sandwich Shop at the End of the Universe. And then we're going to have all these wacky named sandwiches.
Yeah. I still want to open that now. Let's do that now. What are we waiting for?
I'm waiting for the lottery to come in, and then believe me, you'll be making sandwiches post haste.
I want to be like Arthur Dent and just be the greatest sandwich maker in the universe.
Right. And number 42. What is number 42? It's the answer to everything.
Yeah.
And you just got to be surprised when it's made for you.
It's just chicken cutlet on roll.
And then we give you beers. We give you a beer. We give you beer and a towel.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this photo here that the Russo brothers posted.
You don't see it?
I'm trying to figure out.
Superman's right in the middle of it.
Oh, it's a boat.
No, I don't know. I think it's.
I'm trying to see who the guy
Avengers
is.
4?
The guy looks like Steve Coogan, but I can't tell who he is.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's the only thing that's been released. That was released today, and then the Captain Marvel one was the other day. So
the Captain
I don't
Marvel
know.
trailer came out. Oh, let's talk about the trailer real quick then. All the outrage that came with the trailer.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
All right. So there's two things that came out with people being pissed at that trailer. One is people pointing out, why doesn't she smile? She shows no emotion. She's like kind of bitchy looking. And they're like, she hasn't smiled in anything in here. And you know how girls hate when guys say you should smile more? Or
Yeah.
Which I agree is kind of a really annoying thing for a guy to say to women. It's like, you look prettier if you smile more. It's like, go fuck yourself, dude.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, so people were responding saying it's like she doesn't smile in any of these things, and a lot of women went off. It's like she has no need to smile, and women don't need, nor do women need to smile. Fuck this, blah 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 blah. Hashtag feminism. I'm like, really, Captain Marvel, you're a big female superhero lead outside of Wonder Woman, and this is the shit that you're going to complain about. The other thing was there's a scene in the trailer where she's on a subway or a train. And there's this old lady there, and the old lady's being all sweet, and Captain Marvel punches the lady square in the face.
Nice.
Right? So she punches this old lady. What it is that the major part of the story is the Skrull, which is a big race in the Marvel Universe. This is the first time we're really seeing them. The Skrull is an alien race. They're the villains for this universe now that are shapeshifters. So they can absorb. They change into whatever image they want to project of people, right? So she's a shapeshifter. What you don't know is that it's a shapeshifter. You just see her punching an old lady square in the face, which is really funny. I laughed at it. People got all upset, saying, female publications, feminist publications, were getting upset, saying that this leads to something about being okay to punch women in the face or to punch elderly people in the face. It's like, you can't have fun with anything anymore. It's a funny sight gag. Like, let's go back. When Adam Sandler punched Bob Barker in the face during Happy Madison,
I've never been more upset in my life.
I protested.
Was it?
Yeah, I didn't watch Price of Life. I still haven't watched The Price of Life. What is the show?
The Price of Life? You took
The Price of Life.
Right? Yeah.
The Price of Life. You take
your mom, you take your dad, you put it in, you pull it out. That's parts of life. I don't know.
Alimony? What? I don't know.
Pull it out. You pull it out. What?
So,
the price of life.
People were, some women were getting upset, saying that this sets a bad example and a bad precedent, that you could punch women in the face and it's okay, or you can punch elderly people in the face and it's okay. And it's just like, really, that's what you're complaining about? Oh, one other thing they were complaining about: Nick Fury had more lines than she did in the movie. She barely talked in the trailer. She barely talked because she didn't need to. The situations they were showing from the trailer put her in different situations where she had to like physically express what was going on there, not really talk. And Nick Cage is sort of the guy that was running all the operations for all the Avengers and everything else going on, almost a narrator at some points. And they got mad at that too. It's like they're going to destroy their own thing. They've been fighting and complaining to have stronger female-led movies and characters and all this stuff. Now they get it, and now they're nitpicking on every little thing that this isn't exactly what we want it to be.
I mean, it's a trailer and it's people complaining. Like, I honestly,
but it went
let them
all over the
complain.
place.
Like, I don't get it, but I don't really. I also just don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, oh no, people are upset about trailer. Like, oh, whatever. It's just a trailer,
I was
right?
weirded out by it because I thought a lot more people would be happy that you have this female lead, and that's what they've been, clamoring for. And all they did was find reasons to hate it. And
wasn't Wonder Woman there was 2 Wonder Woman movies, right?
There was one Wonder Woman movie, and she was in. She was in 2 other movies. She was in Batman vs Superman, and she was in Justice League.
So is it just because it's not a Marvel female one? I'm just confused because Wonder Woman was a female led movie.
Right. Marvel had not to this date had a female lead in any of the superheroes. They had side characters in Avengers and a few other things, but they didn't have a strong solo female lead. Now you have it, and all they're doing is well, she's not doing this right, or it's not exactly like this. It's like, you gotta stop with the fucking nitpicking. Everyone's just going to ruin everything.
Or just wait till it comes out and see it. Just go see it. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to see how it does. Everything they were complaining about, because I saw it trending on social media, and I didn't understand why these were things. Why were people this annoyed by this shit? That was what was annoying me, that these people were annoyed by these other things. I'm like 2 steps away from the annoyance. Right, it's very annoying. I still don't know what's in this damn photo here. I'm guessing it's a schooner.
It is. It's exactly what it is. If you can't see it, I'm not going to tell you.
Fine.
3 o'clock in the morning, he's going to be sitting on the toilet looking at it. I got it!
These guys
There's Waldo.
Slow.
Waldo's not in it. Damn it.
Oh, Homer, you still here? You are slow.
Things were said. Get out! I think that's it for movies, right? Moving on to television. Doctor Who, like we said, global world premiere for the brand new season with the female Doctor on October 7th, which is the last day of New York Comic Con. They're supposed to be at New York Comic Con, so hopefully we can get some time with the cast of Doctor Who. The new trailer came out they were showing some more of this season. Was not impressed because they changed way too much of what the Doctor was. And the use of pop music, bad pop music in there instead of the dramatic orchestral scores that they used to use for Doctor Who is a change that I don't agree with at all. Hopefully it's just for the trailer, not in the show, because if it's in the show, then that's one more step for me punching out for... It's just, it's not what I enjoyed about Doctor Who for the last 50 seasons or whatever they did, and that's fine if they want to go in this weird direction. That's good for them. But
can I just say one thing that's really funny right now?
Mm-hmm.
We just talked about how everyone is complaining because they're nitpicking the Marvel trailer. And you're like, why can't they just be okay with it? And now you're nitpicking the Doctor Who one.
It's called being a hypocrite.
You're just doing the same thing.
Exactly.
You're like, it's not this. It should be this. Why isn't it this? You're doing the same thing you just complained about.
It's just not for me. Also, now it's Gittles' turn to be a hypocrite as we say goodbye to Rick in the final episodes of The Walking Dead, which also debuts on October 7th. And
why am I a hypocrite? Because I just stopped watching it?
I don't know. I thought you were going to nitpick on that and then to say, no, I really like the show. But Gittles punched out a while ago.
I punched out like 2 seasons ago.
The new trailer for Walking Dead this new season that I saw on an episode of Better Call Saul showed Negan back in it again. And we hadn't seen him for a while. So in all the trailers and teaser stuff, we saw no trace of Negan. And now you just saw like the eyes and the top of his beard with his gruff voice. So that was kind of cool.
I mean, I will say I did watch this season's trailer because I read something online and I wanted to see, because I still read the comics. So like I am interested to see at like what point they're at on the show. And I had heard that the Whisperers were in the trailer, and I had to watch the trailer to see for myself because that's like a really big kind of like time jump on the show. But I couldn't 100% tell, but it also could be very true. So we'll see. The Whisperers are a cool character, cool group. So that could be fun on the show. I mean, watching the trailer this season actually doesn't look too bad, but I'm still like, I just have no interest. I don't want to have to go back.
They got to pull out all the stops to win you back, pretty much.
Well, yeah, like it would have to be crazy. Like they'd have to like really go full on with like the Whisperers storyline. Like if the Negan thing has to play out still, so it would be a lot. I don't know. If someone tells me it's like it gets worth it to catch up, I will, but I don't really care at this point. The comic is still fun.
September 26th is the return of South Park for their 22nd season.
I heard they're going to try and cancel it.
I know.
I don't get all the promotion. Just hashtag cancel South Park. Like, I don't understand.
Have you searched the hashtag?
No. That probably would have been smart to do.
I'm going to search it right now. It's probably just all viral marketing.
You click on it, you get a free Cartman.
No, it's just.
It's nothing. It's just they're starting their own. I think what they're doing is because of all the. We're in a outrage society right now, where everybody wants to complain about everything. If they could get trending, cancel South Park, people will think that there's something horrific that they did or something to protest them about and build up more buzz.
I typed in the hashtag cancel South Park, and the first tweet that came up just said, "Worst fucking hashtag I've ever fucking witnessed. Are the leftist liberal SJWs getting their feelings hurt that bad? Here's the thing. It's never going to happen. Good luck, you idiots. Why don't you grow the fuck up?" And then South Park replied, said, "Don't miss their premiere, September 26th. And then everyone else is just replying with, "Joke's on you, sucker." But, like, yeah, so it's obviously starting to work.
I saw an interview online with Matt and Trey from a couple of years ago. And they were talking about what is there left for South Park to rebel against because, you know, everything was starting to go crazy back then. And they were saying, we don't really know yet because we've gone so far that everybody else is caught up to what they were doing. And
they're like normal now.
Yeah. So he said that because this is exactly what they said. It's like it's so hard to be counterculture and punk rock. What's punk rock anymore now? He said, what's being punk? And he's like, we had to figure out that being punk rock is to go and be ultra conservative. So they're going against what they would be, and they said, let's just go the other way, and because that's going against the grain, and let's start doing things very, very conservatively to piss off all the squares, if you want to call it that.
I mean, the thing is, they can just do whatever they want. Like, they're at that point. Like, it just doesn't matter. And like, if you ever watched that 6 Days to Air, like, South Park documentary that was on Comedy Central, and they have, like, all the list of stuff that, like, you know, the rights and clearances lady has to clear with the network. Right. And she's, like, reading it all off the phone. She's like, can we have two guys shitting in a girl's mouth while someone plays with their ball? Okay. And then you know, Trey and Matt are like, it doesn't matter because people are like, oh, it's South Park, whatever. They just do whatever they want. Like, no one cares. It's like the kid who gets away with everything. Like, it's just that fucking kid. Who gives a shit? You know, like.
Well, that's why they changed their whole editing process and development process to that they only hand in the episode at 11:30 Eastern time to the network because it doesn't give them enough time to make any changes, and they have to put it off that night.
Yeah, and Comedy Central doesn't care. They air it after the time when the censors and, like, the FCC could do anything anyway.
FCC
so it doesn't
couldn't
matter.
Do anything to them anyway. They're a cable channel. They're not a broadcast.
Oh, yeah, so it doesn't even matter.
They have no rules. They just self-police because of sponsors.
Yeah. But also, it's like their sponsors don't care because they're South Park and they know that their fans understand.
Right.
You know, it's not malicious.
Not at all. Other TV stuff, I don't think really anybody gives a shit about. Julie Chen. Look,
who?
Julie Chen. She's the wife of Les Moonves, the former head of CBS who had to step down. So Julie Chen, when that happened, the following Monday, she was not on her show, The Talk, which is sort of like The View.
But in the afternoon.
But the CBS version. And it brought up some questions like, oh, she's going to be a little while. And Sharon Osbourne made an announcement like she needs to be with her family right now. This is a difficult time, blah, 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 blah. So then they're waiting for her to come back, and she doesn't come back, except she shows up on Big Brother, where she ends the show saying, see you next time on Big Brother. I'm Julie Chen Moonves. She's never, ever called herself Julie Chen Moonves, ever. So this was the first time she did it. Then shows back up on the show, doesn't say a word, and then it cuts to where Trevor can help us out here. Announced that she's going to step down from The Talk, but she's not going to address it per se on the show. She's going to do a pre-recorded video, and then she's not going to comment it anymore. And this is the bullshit of Julie Chen. She's horrible on TV. I never liked her. She's just like a vapid human being where she goes and talks, and it looks, when you look at her, it looks like there's no soul behind her eyes. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like an android you're talking to or watching on television. So she's always just been this, you know, this lack of personality figure who I've been hearing more and more reading more and more stories about her being a bit of a tyrant and impossible behind the scenes because of who her husband is my guess. So when the allegations first came out about her husband, she said, I posted a statement on Twitter and that's all I'm going to say about it. And then continued on with the show like it was dumb. I've made my statement. I'm not going to address this. It's like, no, it doesn't work this way anymore. You guys want to attack everybody else for saying stuff and they don't want to comment it. No, you got to comment it, or they got to pay, they got to lose their job, whatever. You need to address this. This is the world that you guys have developed, meaning, Hollywood. This is what you got to play by the same rules now. So she wouldn't comment on it. She put out a tweet, and that's really doing nothing. Now she has to, or is stepping down for whatever reason. She recorded a video statement, but she wasn't going to address this anymore. Here's my statement. Leave me alone.
Well, it was like a video will.
Kind of. First of all, the whole entire thing is bullshit. All right, because when all these allegations first came out, Les Moonves and Julie Chen were getting all these people that were on CBS to make positive remarks about him. And there's video of Sharon Osbourne going, oh, yeah, we know he's a good man. He's a powerful man. And people are just trying to take advantage of him. I mean, we'll have to see as all the details come out. But I'd be really surprised to hear if this was true. And then the first day of the new season when Julie Chen didn't show up, Sharon Osbourne goes, I never met the guy. I made a statement because they asked me to. And most I've ever met him is passing him in the hallway, which is, first of all, like the co-hosts never hung out or had dinner once. They definitely have met Les Moonves before. He was never on set with her. That's all bullshit. They definitely know who he is. And it's a fake statement. And yeah, she didn't show up to the first episode. And they said that she needs to spend time with her husband and her young son. And after a week now, she wasn't there, but on Thursday night she was on Big Brother, did her normal thing, and then signed off like Erik said. And then she sent a video message saying, I'm leaving the talk. I need to spend time with my family. And it makes sense for her to leave the talk because that's what they're supposed to do, is talk about the issues. And you can't not talk about it. So she had to leave. She had no choice. She, total hypocrite. No one was going to like her there. And plus the people at CBS want to try to erase anything about Les Moonves right now. So her face on there is not good. And that it's different though than Big Brother because that's once a week and she just hosts it. Like you see her rarely, or they put her on the Pop channel at 1:00 in the morning to do a recap about it.
Big Brother should be done fairly soon, so they probably just let her finish that out, and then she's done.
But CBS says she will return next season as the host of Big Brother still. But like you said, it's almost over, so we'll actually see if that happens.
They may say that now, and then fulfill their obligations with her, and then when she's not doing anything else. So we've decided to move in a different direction. So, and then at that point, she can't do anything about it.
They're giving Les Moonves $120 million to leave.
Nope.
Jesus.
All right, and he has to give $20 million to the Me Too movement.
No, he lost the money.
No, it's on hold while they investigate.
Yeah, it started off it was a bigger amount than 120. And then it got bumped to there. Then it was $100 million at one point where they said $20 million of it has to. Oh, that's what it was. It was $120 million, where $20 million of it had to go to the Me Too movement or whatever. Me Too movement, I don't think is an official organization. So whatever,
it has to be spread around to organizations that are affiliated with the movement.
Right. Okay. So that makes a lot more sense. And then now they don't even know if he's going to get the money that he's owed in his contract for his exit stuff.
Yeah, it's on hold. It's just like what we were talking about before.
I bet you they find a way not to pay him.
Enough time's going to go by, and they're just going to pay him, and it's going to disappear.
Nope, I don't think so. And not in this day and age. It doesn't work that way anymore.
Day and age. When was the last time you heard something about Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, but
nothing. It's all those sexual allegations against him too, and then he's making movies again. No one's going to see them.
They cut him. That movie was that
wasn't already made before this happened. I believe.
But they cut him out of the other movie. He's not signed to any deals. They cut him out of House of Cards. He's not getting paid anything for that. He's not getting his royalties from Netflix for that stuff anymore. They cut all of that out. All these people that have these deals aren't getting their money when they get fired, dude. That's just the way it is. Da-da-ding, da-da-ding, da-da-ding. It's just the way it is. Things will never be the same.
Eric has sang more this episode than when he tried to make me sing.
Because you're just standing there like a deer in headlights, and I had to fill for time. See?
Oh, dear.
Valerie, call on me, call on me. Say something, Trevor.
Yeah.
Valerie.
Call on me.
This is where you say something, Trevor, or we got to keep singing.
Karaoke. Do you not know how to karaoke?
You know, for a lead singer, you're very horrible at singing.
Ugh. Imagine if I was a bass player and couldn't play the guitar. I mean, bass.
No, right? All right, maybe we're all just tired.
I think I'm a little tired. You know, but speaking, you know what
you're
show
delirious.
You know what show kind of made me tired? I watched Norm Macdonald's new show.
I loved it.
I watched 2 episodes of it. I didn't hate it, but also at the same time, I'm not like, oh my God, I have to watch the rest of it as soon as possible.
The David Spade episode, which is the first one on there, very good. The Chevy Chase episode is very good.
Didn't get there yet.
The Drew Barrymore episode is really good.
So it's David Spade's episode 1, episode 2 is Drew Barrymore. I just got like through the intro of it. I mean, it just seems like he's less prepared for the show than we are.
His show looks exactly like...
That can't be possible.
His show looks exactly like Compound Media. It looks exactly like Anthony's show. The way they have the set and everything built, the way that it's shot, it looks exactly like what we're doing at Compound Media. It's very funny.
The best part, the funny part is that when they go to break, because there are no breaks, and really just kind of mess
when he
with
had
David.
He told David Spade that we're going to go to break, and David didn't believe him and started telling a story. Tells the whole story, and then Norm just sits there for a little bit and he goes, "Oh, that was good." And he goes, "Okay, we're back from break. We're here with David Spade. Dave, you got to tell that story again. You were just telling us." He's like, "We really went to break, and there was no break." So it's really funny. If you like Norm Macdonald, you'll love this show. If you like comedy and you give it a little bit, figure it out, and then you can see what he's doing, and then you'll love this show.
I mean, I understand it. I get it. I'm probably going to keep watching it, but I just feel like with the comments that he's made, which I think have all been planned to promote his show, there's a lot of other people that don't get his comedy, obviously.
And that did nothing. He went on The View, explained his situation for a little bit, didn't apologize really other than saying he shouldn't have said certain words. But he just sat there and was like, well, you know, I made a mistake. What are you going to do? And nothing happened.
Yeah, but then he goes on Stern and he's just like, well, if you don't get what I was doing, you might have Down syndrome. I was like,
no, The View was after Stern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he said that, and then they asked him, like, why did you say Down syndrome? He said this 1 hour, and he's like, because I couldn't say retarded, right? So he was using, look, I know everyone's trying to be more progressive and more civilized to everybody, but back in the day, people used the word retarded in a way to say that you're dumb, and I get why people don't want to use it anymore.
Well, yeah, sense. Dude, it's a fucking mean word.
Of course, but look, I'm saying look at why it was used back in the day. Didn't mean it was right or wrong. Just look at why it was used, right?
Yeah, why it was used, because people would look at someone with a mental illness and say, "You're as dumb as I think that person is." Right, that's what you're saying.
I mean, we're evolving very slowly, but we're evolving. But people were horrible back in the day.
Oh, yeah, I'm not denying that.
But people used, that word and faggot and stuff, not in the like they would use it as the horrible words that they are, but they were also using it as stuff that they would say to their friends that didn't have the harshness behind it either. So when
really back in the day? I was watching that movie Rockstar the other day, and Tom Green's yelling retard for like 90% of the movie.
That was a 90s movie, dude.
Mark Wahlberg?
Wasn't Rockstar back in the 90s?
Wasn't that one Mark Wahlberg, and he's got like the guitar? And he's a rock star.
You're right, that is Rockstar. It's the one?
2001. Close enough. That's when it came out there, but that's back in the day. That's 17 years ago.
Was it a Thursday?
It was a Thursday.
Is 2001 back in the day?
It was unlike that fake Saturday that almost got us fired.
Yeah. Did you guys see the teaser trailer for the new Twilight Zone?
No.
Oh yeah, I ran into that dude on the street yesterday.
Submitted for your approval.
Jordan
Peele.
Jordan Peele's the one behind it. Yeah.
Like it all looks good until it comes up at the end that it's on CBS, and then you're like, oh no. Like if it was on Netflix or something, I'd be kind of psyched for it. But it's on like basic cable, so I'm not psyched for it.
Yeah,
but I'm still gonna watch it.
I don't
give
know.
It a
I
chance.
mean, you got to remember the original Twilight Zone was on broadcast television.
Yeah, but the original Twilight Zone was on when there was like one commercial break, and you could actually like have a plot and
I don't think there was anything else besides broadcast
point.
television at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like if this is an hour-long episode and they break it up like Walking Dead, it's gonna kill the point of the show. You know what I mean? Like those are like long episodes. You need it like Black Mirror without breaks, like or very few breaks.
Yeah, it seems like something that probably would have fared better if it was on like Showtime or HBO.
And also, it's like I would like it to go darker than like a basic cable show. You know what I mean? And I think like knowing that it's on there already limits what it could do, and that already puts constraints on it for me. So I'm still gonna watch it. I like Jordan Peele. I love the concept of it. I love anthology shows because, as we were saying last week, I like shows where I don't have to know what happened last week and I can just put it on and watch it and be happy. And I'm gonna check it out. See how it is.
I will definitely check it out too. I love the original series. I will definitely check this out. But you're right; it kind of waters it down to what could be like the equivalent of campfire stories, rather than Stephen King short story style.
Yeah, it's like whenever something that's like could be really good and like darker, and then you see it on basic cable, you're like, oh no, like that there's already places they can't go with it. But if they're trying to just reimagine it and be like, hey, this is our take on it, we're gonna like redo it almost exactly like the other one,
right?
Then then that's what it is, and they're not gonna try and go that other angle of like darker stuff. Well, they'll just leave that to like Black Mirror.
I was just gonna say you still have Black Mirror. We're almost
keep going.
We're almost a year apart from the last season, so probably January or something. We'll have a new season soon.
Was it when was it? Last October, or was it last spring? I think it was October.
So they haven't made any announcements that it's coming.
No, I know they're filming it, but I don't know when it's happening. Yeah,
I can't wait.
But I mean, and the fact that they just won an Emmy makes it feel like they'll probably keep going too.
It was weird. The last season, maybe 2 seasons. The episode with Bryce Dallas Howard, where everybody was living based on social media, is what's going on in China right now.
That shit came true.
Yeah, but in this past season, they did that thing with the robotic dogs.
Uh-huh.
Remember? And then all of a sudden, these things look at the stuff in the future. You see the little android thing walking, and then those headless robotic dogs started walking through and opening the door. And you're like, oh my God, this is happening.
Oh shit! It's gonna happen. Like I feel like more Black Mirror episodes are gonna slowly come true than any other TV show ever. It's kind of creepy.
Trevor, did you watch Black Mirror?
No, I never watched Black Mirror.
You never watched anything?
No.
That's your homework assignment, man. You got to catch up.
Oh, I'm so busy.
Fuck you with your job and everything else. You got to watch Black Mirror.
It's the craziest show ever, dude. It's so crazy.
It will change your life.
For the better and the worse. Like you're gonna see like some disturbing things, but it's a great show.
Yes.
If you want to see something where like you have like honestly or just like in suspense and like just getting these twists out of left field thrown at you that like
and not like M. Night Shyamalan twists. These are just really messed up directions that they go to. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, but really
I just watched the new American Horror Story, the first episode, and like the twist and how real it was actually bothered the shit out of me and kept me up like part of the night.
People
I don't know if I like shows like that.
Okay.
People love that show, and they all tie into this current season that just started called American Horror Story Apocalypse. All the previous seasons are tying into this season.
Yeah, apparently the first episode, though, I read that too. The first episode so far, you see nothing like that. But World War III starts. It says, we launch the nukes, and everyone else decides to do it, and the world comes to an end.
That makes sense.
And so I kind of looked it up, like, what happens if that actually happened tomorrow? We are all really fucked.
Yeah, dude. We're in that radius of the city here. Like, we are completely gone.
I might get to, like, Delaware in time to, like, die a slow death.
No, I don't want that. I don't want no radiation poisoning death. I want to be like Terminator 2, like quick, just poof of ashes with my hand on a fence.
Yeah, no, you're just far enough where your skin's gonna melt.
I'm only I'm like a mile outside the city, dude. I'd be wrecked. There'd be nothing left.
Where in the city?
Like I looked at some of those charts, and it was just like half of Long Island would be gone if something happened in the city.
So like, once I was actually faced with it, so real like that, just put in my face because you guys know I ignore the news because it's all depressing. I don't know how I feel about shows like that. Just trying to make me realize how terrible the world is.
Yeah, Black Mirror is great. You should watch it.
When the dreariness and terror of Black Mirror is the highlight of what's going on in the world right now, it says a lot. You need to watch that
Trevor,
show.
I'm trying to think of which episode for Trevor to watch first, because I don't think he should watch National Anthem first, because if he's like grossed out by American Horror Story,
that is technically the first
episode.
That is the first episode in the series, but that might be way too much for you to start with.
It's a very gatekeeper-ish episode. Lots of people watch it and they're like, you know what? I've had enough of this show and I'm not going to watch anymore, which is a shame because the other episodes are so different.
I need a softball.
What's the name of the episode with Jodie Whittaker? The new Doctor Who is in there where he has the thing in her mind and he can you get tuned out.
Oh, Black Mirror White Christmas? No,
not White Christmas. That's the John Hamm one.
That's all part of the same one.
No, the one where you can recall your memories and you throw it to a television.
Oh, Complete History Review.
Yeah.
I was going to say that, or being that Trevor's a gamer, maybe Playtest.
Oh, from last season.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I hate when you do that smile. That is a creepy smile. You know it's going to fuck with me.
Or White Bear is my favorite. Like I always show White Bear first.
Is White Bear where she wakes up and she doesn't know why people are attacking her?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's the basic plot of the whole episode. Like it starts that way. It's like some woman wakes up in a room and people are chasing her. So like, that's my favorite episode.
That's
like
not a bad one.
I love that one. But I'm like, I feel like either that one or Playtest. I'd say watch either one of those tonight and then have a good night.
How am I going to sleep?
I mean, well, you probably sleep easier if you watch White Bear than you would if you watch Playtest.
Right.
Okay.
White Christmas is one of my favorite ones because
White Christmas is great.
Is one of my favorite ones, but I also like the one where the haunted house. Remember where he looks at the painting and the light turns on and it's a light.
That's Playtest. That's the video. That's the
okay. That is the one.
Playtest. That's the VR one.
I thought it was a totally separate story. Okay, yeah.
Nope, that's that episode.
I love that one. There you go, Trevor. You have some homework to do.
Kurt Russell's son or Jeff Bridges' son? No, Kurt Russell's son.
Probably.
Like the first episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark with the funhouse and the clown kind of messed me up for a while.
Well, clowns are scary.
This will ruin your childhood.
What clown is giving you cheeseburgers other than Ronald McDonald?
That was my.
I mean, I guess he is the go-to clown for your cheeseburgers. Like Chuck E. Cheese is the rat you go to for pizza, and Wendy's is where you go when you're really creepy.
Well, to be fair, there was another clown.
Little redheaded girls.
There was another clown that gave out cheeseburgers, but you don't see him no more.
Why is that, Eric?
Yeah, I don't know your reference.
I don't get the reference here.
Yeah.
You don't cross the Ronald.
Is this an Aqua Teen Hunger Force thing?
No.
You don't mess with the Ronald? The Zohan?
Think about it.
He's just nodding. It's like Notting Hill over here.
Making up
He's
complete nonsense. Before we get out of here, Trevor, what's
You're not going to explain it still?
Nope. What's the updates for Fortnite?
Oh, Fortnite. So right now, wow, Season 6 has officially begun. Last night, the cube that's been floating around the map for the last, 2-3 weeks, leaving little gravity fields everywhere, finally made it through Tilted Towers and stopped at Loot Lake and fell into the lake. And the water made it sink.
I've heard a rumor.
So it's at the bottom of the lake.
The cube has sank into the lake. It almost looks like it melted. All the water in the lake has now turned purple, and it's all bouncy. Like, you no longer
that's fun.
Have to worry about going through the water and taking forever. You bounce off of it. Now, if you shoot it, it will launch you far enough off to the other side of the map where you will take fall damage and immediately die. But it's kind of awesome how you can now fly across Loot Lake and bouncing up and down. I have no idea what happened today because we were recording. Season 6 has started. We have to start all over with our new battle passes. I was able to hit level 100 finally.
I don't think I have
is this the last week of the season?
No, it's over. Season end. Today's new season. Guys.
New season. Oh, cool! I have enough money in my battle pass to buy new battle bucks to buy a new pass.
I don't.
Yep.
I'll have to pay cash because I haven't been able to play it for the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah, so we got Fortnite tonight, and or it's starting tonight, new season. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what it means because the last thing we saw that you could win was a picture of the Rainbow Girl touching the cube and seeing an evil version of herself inside. So a lot of people were speculating that maybe they were finally going to come out with a whole new map, like an evil side of what we currently have, like everything backwards.
right.
What are you eating? If you're gonna
It's a pretzel.
Stay focused here. You're getting distracted. Keep going.
Sorry, I'm listening.
Not you, him. You two figure out who I meant. Go ahead, Trevor.
So it's going to be really interesting to see what's going on. Hopefully you guys aren't out there threatening to kill little kids when you get killed by them. I don't know if you saw the story. There was a streamer going around that was constantly killing another streamer. He was 45 who then found out where the kid lived and threatened to come to his school and kill him.
You done goofed.
So don't do
The
that.
internet.
That was one of the best mugshots of the week. I don't know if you've ever seen it. So Fortnite Season 6 starting. Let's go before Red Dead comes out.
Okay. And I think that's it, right?
I mean, I'm good.
All right.
I mean, Gittles gave up halfway through the Fortnite story and started eating.
Yeah.
No, I was
we all
listening
did.
the whole time. You're like, it's season 6. There's a volcano lake. You bounce on the lake. You fly around. You fort. You night. You shoot. You do. Ba-do. It's the Fortnite. You do the dance.
I still want to know what clown he's talking about.
Well, we'll have to save that for another time.
Clowny
'cause
clown. Look it
there's
up on YouTube.
The music, and we got to do the plugs. Matt OG's not here. So, Gittles, what do you have?
Gittlebase on the Twitter, Instagram, and Xbox Live. Not much going on to plug, but if you are interested in a sideshow where I review movies or you tell me which movies to watch, let me know.
Hit him up on your social media, Gittlebase, or email us at itseriknagel@gmail.com with your suggestions, and Gittles will get right on it.
I'll watch that shit.
Trevor, what do you have?
At BTG Trevor on Twitter, at BTG Rocks on the Xbox Live. I know I told you guys last week, building studio, starting my own Twitch channel, got delayed because the person that's co-hosting and doing things with me couldn't make it. So we're still set to launch, hopefully for this Monday. Keep watching my Twitter for updates on that. And Blacktooth Grin playing with Judas Priestess in November. And also we just announced as of like 20 minutes ago, my phone was going crazy. We're playing a Halloween show as well in Seaside, New Jersey. So we're gonna.
Who are you playing with?
That's just a bunch of local bands.
The Shitty Beatles.
Also, too, there's
suck.
Yeah.
So it's not just a clever name.
No.
Also, I will be lending my vocals on a new version, all local bands from New Jersey. There's 25 bands involved in this on a new version of Bohemian Rhapsody.
So everyone covers the same song, or you all do a different part?
We're all doing a different part, so I will be doing one of Freddie Mercury's parts.
Are you all gonna be playing in a field like that Learn to Fly, like Foo Fighters video or whatever, and you're like, all right, everyone start Bohemian Rhapsody at the same time, and no one can hit the key changes right?
Exactly. It's exactly how it is. Now you don't have to. Yeah.
I think it would be better if each band, all 29 bands, made their own cover, and then they were just played on top of each other as one big mess.
Oh, that sounds great.
For me, it's E-Rock Radio across the board, but for the show, it's Erik Nagel across the board as far as social media. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, give us a call, 651-764-8437. That's 651-SMITHERS. Leave us a call, and we'll use it on a future show. Like we said, New York Comic Con in less than 2 weeks. We will have the information on our social media very soon. Come by the visit the Big Kev Geek Stuff booth. Gittles, what do they do when they come by the booth? What do they say?
You say, is Gittles here?
And they'll hook you up with a free lollipop or something.
Or a black eye.
There you go. Either one. It's going to be a whole hodgepodge
of violence.
I
mean, at the end of the day, it's something free, and getting anything for free at Comic-Con is great, even if it's a black eye.
Right. I think that's it. All right. Until the next time, everybody.
And have a wonderful time.
And we'll be seeing you.
It's Erik Nagel. And that's all the time we have. Follow the show at It's Erik Nagel on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Unless we do something stupid or something better comes along. We'll be back next time.